Okay, good. Now I'm good to go. So I've started the recording. Okay. So I think I should start the whole thing again. Okay, Regina, thank you for reminding me. Okay, good. Okay. So as I said earlier, let me start the whole thing again so that we can capture everything. Okay. So when you say data visualization, as I was saying, data visualization is putting a raw data in a visual form, right, or in a summary form, in the form of visual. So, that's basically the the basic definition for data visualization. Okay, and the agenda of today is we are understanding of data visualization, then we talk about the importance of data visualization, then also data visualization versus data analytics, then tools for data visualization, then also data visualization techniques and how to become a data visualization expert, then also data visualization process, and then storytelling with data. Then we will jump into Microsoft Power BI. That's this section is where we start the full practice. Okay. Okay. So here, data visualization is the practice of translating information into a visual context, such as map or graph, to make data easy for human brain to understand and also pull insights from. Okay, so as I was explaining earlier, when the data is in the form of table or in a raw form, it will become very difficult, or it's even impossible for you to discover patterns in it or to get insight in it, right? So that's where data visualization comes in. Help us to summarize the whole data in the form of what? In the form of visuals. Okay. So as importance of data visualization, communicating complex information. So when the task we are doing is too complex, we will put the whole task in the form of what? In the form of visuals. Right? Let's say if you have maybe 1 million rows of data and you are trying to discover something from the data, some insight from the data, it will become very difficult for you to do what? For you to discover those patterns, right? So data visualization comes in to help us to do what? To get those information we are looking for from the data. Okay. So making data accessible, as I said, it always help us to get make data always accessible. When the data is in the form of visuals, it's always there. Anytime the insight we let's say the insight we discussed earlier is always the same. You go there, then you look at the visuals we have built. So here it can be in the form of dashboard, normally a dashboard, or in the form of documentation. And it's also enhanced decision making. When we are taking a decision and our decision is based on some specific data, when the data is in the form of visuals, it helps us to do what? To even help us to make decisions faster and easier. Okay. And increasing engagement. When you are presenting, this point comes in when you are doing a presentation, right? So when you are doing a presentation and you are presenting your data, and if the data is in the form of visuals, it's help us to do, or they help the audience or those stakeholders to do, or to follow what you are doing, right? And also get insight what you are doing, and it also supports storytelling. Yes. So if you are talking about stocks exchange and you are just saying the stock exchange without referencing to something, it becomes very difficult for you to even justify your story. So the data visualization comes in to support whatever you are saying. Okay, so if you have any question or you wanted to add something to what I'm saying, just click on the right hands, and then, or you can unmute yourself and then draw my attention. Okay. Okay, so data visualization versus data analytics. Normally, data visualization rely on data analytics, right? And all the data visualization experts are also data analysts, because you cannot talk about data visualization without leaving analytics concept in it, right? So here in data analytics, data visualization is one of the steps in data analytics. Are you getting me? In data analytics, data visualization is a step in the data analytics. But we have people who are also specialized in data visualization. And as I said, data visualization rely on data analytics. Okay. Okay, so here when you talk about the data visualization, it involves creating visuals representation of data to help people understand and analyze it, and also communicate insight and trends in the data in a way that it's easy to understand and can be used to support decision making. Right? You see that analytics support decision making. The same thing, data visualization also support decision making. So it's like the data visualization and then the data analytics, it's together, right? So here when you take the data science concepts in the data science ecosystem, as I used to say, the data analytics is a one subfield under the data science concept. Okay. Now, in data analytics uses the statistical and then computational techniques to analyze and make sense of data. So data analytics is to uncover patterns and insights in data, identifying correlation and the relationship, and make prediction based on the data. So here in data visualization and then data analytics, they all deal with data. Okay. So someone who also said data visualization and then business intelligence. Sometimes the word business intelligence, people use business intelligence to represent data analytics. It depends on where you find yourself. But in actual sense, business intelligence focus more on the business side, right? Those data analytics who handle business data. Yes. Okay. So tools for data visualization. We have a lot of tools for data visualization. A lot of tools. Thousands of tools out there for data visualization. And then all of these tools it depends on your skills, and the one that is good for the task you are doing, right? You go in for the one that is what good for the task you are doing. So here we have some of the data visualization talking about the Tableau, the Power BI, then Looker or Google Data Studio, and then Python libraries. I mean, Python has a lot of libraries that can be used for data visualization. Can talk about the Plotly, the ggplot, the Seaborn, Matplotlib. Right, there's a lot of libraries that are in Python that can be used to do for data visualization. Okay, then we also have the R programming. Right, R is a programming language, and it also has libraries in it that you can use for data visualization. Then one more thing is the D3.js. D3.js is also a JavaScript, a library in JavaScript that also works as the Plotly and the Seaborn in Python. Right? But this one works with what? Works in JavaScript. Okay, so data visualization techniques. So here there's a lot of techniques out there we can use. So these are some of the few techniques we can use. And one thing we have to bear in mind that it depends. We have to master all the charts. I mean, master all the chart, and you know what chart is good for the kind of analysis you are doing, right? Like when you take pie chart, there is a rule when you are using a pie chart. When you take line chart too, there is a rule when you are using a line chart. Then compared to the scatter plot and then the histogram. Right. So here the normal rule say that if your variables is more than five, you can't use the pie chart, because your chart or the visuals will become what? Very tiny. It becomes small when you have a lot of variables. I mean, more than 5 or more than 6, right? And then the line charts normally also work with when we are dealing with a time series, right? Let's say you are dealing with a date or a year, those kind of activities. That's where we use the line chart, right? So here you have to master all the charts and know what chart is good for. As I said, it's good for your analysis. Okay. And then how to become a data visualization expert. So you learn data visualization tools. So here you take one data visualization tool like Power BI, then you master it very well. I mean, if you master it and you apply all the techniques in Power BI, it's become very easy when you are learning a new tool, because it's the same concept you are using in the Power BI that you are applying the new a new software. So the only thing here is how you can master the new software you are using. That's the only difficulties you will be facing when you are learning a new software. But the concept is always the same. If you see pie chart in Tableau, the same pie chart in Power BI, right? And then the same pie chart in Python, the same pie chart in R, right? Yes. And then understand data analysis. As I said, data visualization is one of the steps in data analytics, right? So here, before you can even do visualize data, you have to understand data analytics, because we are still analyzing data, right? Yes. And then learn design principle, how you can design your dashboard and choose appropriate colors and all those things, right? Yeah, so if you are very good in designing, building, you can build very, very nice and interactive dashboard. And the other one is practice, right? Practice is, say practice, they usually say practice make perfect, right? If you learn, you don't practice, you may forget, right? Yes. So practice is very important. Practice, though we don't have time, but at least we can give ourselves some, maybe 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day to even an hour is still cool. Then do practice. But if you don't, as I say, if you don't practice, you may forget. And you can also participate in online communities, right? There's a lot of online communities. I think Tableau has a community that you can, after you have built your dashboard, you can upload your dashboard there. And then I think Power BI to have one of the communities we can also join. I'll find those links and then share with you. And we can also go to online and then look for someone's work and try to design the same thing. Though sometimes it becomes very difficult, but you can try your hands on someone's work. And also attending workshop and then conference. So workshop like this will help you become a data visualization expert, right? So here you can attend conferences and then it can be online like this or in person. Yes. Then after that, then you specialize in the domain, right? After you have gone through all these things, can decide to become a Power BI developer. We have people who are specialized in Power BI. Become a Power BI developer. Okay. So here, data visualization process, and here we have to. So here, this one works similar like a data analytics process, right? They follow the same patterns. So here, the first point is define the problem. As I said, you have to really understand what you are coming to do, because understanding like contribute about more than 60% of the tasks you are coming to. If you really understand the project or the tasks you are coming to do, it will help you even going for give you the right techniques, the right chart, and then even the right tool for you to use, right? Yes. Then after that, then we gather the data. So here in our practice, the data will be given to you. So here we won't gather any data, right? But it's also the same process, like you can gather the data. Then after that, you choose the visualization type, right? You have to make sure that all the visuals you are using are appropriate for the kind of insight you wanted to. You don't just choose any charts, right? Yes. And also we create the visuals, then we analyze and interpret the data. After you have choose the right, create your dashboard or everything, can interpret it. Then also the last part is what communicate the insights, how you can communicate or explain what you have done. So here in the data science, we have something called soft skills, whereby communication is also important. So the same thing in the data visualization. You can come out with a very nice project or maybe build a nice dashboard, but if you can't communicate it, it won't make sense. Okay. Okay, so before I proceed to the storytelling with data, if anyone has question then or contribution you wanted to contribute, then you proceed to the next step. Yeah, it's over for. So mute yourself and talk.
Once, please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. The problem definition, right? I would like to know if the whole thing will be done in the PowerPoint or the problem will be defined in the data visualization or the Power BI.
Defining the problem. Okay, so
Yes.
okay. So if a task is given to you, right? A task is given to you. Let's say analyze. A task has been given to you for you to analyze. So here, that defining a problem consists of understanding the task you are coming to do, right? And also ask questions about the project you are coming to do. If you don't understand anything, you have to do what? You have to ask questions. All these things are you are defining the problem, right? Help you to what? To help you to solve the problem. Are you good? Okay.
Thank you. I get it.
Okay. I'm still waiting for any question or contribution. Okay. Bruce, I've seen your hands. Oh, okay. So that means I can proceed to the next. Okay. Okay. So here's st storytelling with data. And here, the first point is know your audience. Know your audience. So you knowing the people you are going to present or the stakeholders you are going to meet will help you choose the right tool. Let's say a project has been given to you, and then that project you can use about 4 or even 5 tools to work with the same data, the same project. Let's say that the same project you can use Power BI, or you can use Excel, or you can use Python. The Python, which is the Jupyter notebook, to do it. Now, some people become very different if you use a specific software like Jupyter Notebook. If you use Jupyter Notebook, some audience will become, well, Jupyter Notebook comes with the code, right? Imagine you are presenting something to old people and you are using Jupyter Notebook. It will be attractive. Though what you are doing will make sense, but the tool you are using is not appropriate, right? Yes, so you you have to understand your audience or know your audience, and then you go in for the right tool to use. Okay, and then identify your message. You have to know the kind of message you are going to tell them, right? Yes, you have to make sure that everything, all your message is on point. Then, and then the last thing is you use the appropriate visuals. As I keep on saying, this point is very important to me. You use the appropriate visual. You don't just choose any visual. Always try to use the appropriate visual. We are talking something about time and we are using, let's say, donut chart, right? See, Dono chart is a good chart, but at that time you use it in the wrong way, right? Yes. And then anytime, the next point, you keep it simple. Anytime you are doing a presentation, you always keep it simple. I mean, just go straight to the point and then summarize everything. Summarize everything. Make it simple, right? Okay, and then provide context. Yes, it's also one good thing. And then engage your audience. Engaging your audience by maybe asking them questions, allow them to also contribute or something like that to whatever you are doing. Okay. 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 Now I think we are okay with the data visualization. This is in the form of a summary, right? There is more into that. This is a summary. Then let's move to the Microsoft Power BI. I mean, the main thing here, Microsoft Power BI. If anyone has questions, I'm still waiting for questions. So if I have any question, then we ask. Okay. I hope your Power BI is ready. You all installed the Power BI.
Yes.
Okay, so here in Power BI. Okay. In Power BI. Power BI has three components, right? So here we have Power BI Desktop. That's what we are coming to use. Power BI Desktop. We have Power BI Service. Then we have okay. Someone is asking question here. Let me attend to the person. Okay. I can see. Oh, I was. Okay, so Nanado, are you using MacBook? You see, Power BI one that's the major one of the disadvantage of. Oh, okay, that's one disadvantage of Power BI. Because Power BI is developed by Microsoft and Microsoft own Windows. So here it seems that all the Power BI desktop work on Windows, Windows machine. So if you wanted to use it on Mac, I think you have to get a virtual machine. I mean, have Windows running on the Mac before. That's the disadvantage, the big disadvantage for those who are using Mac. Yes. Yeah. But we can also still use the okay, thank you. You are working on it. Okay, thank you. Okay, so as I was saying, Power BI have three components, which is the Power BI Desktop. That's the one we are coming to use. And then the Power BI Service, and then the Power BI Mobile. The Power BI Desktop is the one we have already installed it on our machine, and it is free, right? It is free. But the Power BI Service is an online version of Power BI, right? That one is you have to subscribe to it, and then also you have to subscribe to it. And then there is a difference between this Power BI Desktop and the Power BI Service. There's no much. Though there is a difference, but there is no much difference between them, right? Here we can, if you build your dashboard in the Power BI Desktop, you can upload it on the Power BI Service for, for people to view, right? Yeah, then it's very interactive. Let's say we are working, 3 people are working on the same project. You can share the project with those 3 people so that they can contribute to the project, right? But Power BI desktop can't do that. And then the Power BI mobile is also for a mobile phone. That one work with if you are using iOS or you are using Android, it will still just download the software, and then that one you use to also comment on the project and also view the project you are doing, right? Yes. Okay. So I think let me show you one thing here. As I said, the division of the component, we have the Power BI desktop, the BI service, and then the mobile app. Okay. I think let me show you one thing here. Okay, last one here. Good. So here, this is the differences between the Power BI desktop and then the Power BI services. Right, the difference between them. Yeah. Okay. Someone is asking a question, maybe. Okay, sure. Okay, so Jan, I've heard you. Okay. So as I was saying, the Power BI desktop and then the Power BI services. So all these here are the features for Power BI desktop, and these are the features for the Power BI services. And then the in between them are the common features between them. Both has the common features. So here, many data source. Yeah, that's good. And then here to some data source. So here you can see that in the first section, you can see that Power BI desktop can connect to many data source compared to Power BI services. Yes, it's true. I think Power BI, it can connect to more than almost 100 data source. Yes. And then the transformation, it works with data transformation very well. And then also shaping and modeling. Yes, we talk about these two, shaping and modeling. We also work with measures if you wanted to create measures and all those things. Then calculated columns, Python, then the teams and so on, right? Yes. So here, if you use Power BI services, right, we can still work with the Power BI desktop. You download the desktop. Then after you have built your everything, you push it to the service. Yes. Then here, these are we have report, the visual security filters, bookmark, question and answers, and then the R visuals, right? The R visuals is the visualization in R programming, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, so these are the basic thing we will talk about. Right, you talk about the Power Query. Then this part is one of the most important parts in the Power Query part. So the Power Query is where we prepare the data. Right, I would say that the kitchen of the Power BI. Make sure that you have prepared the data and everything before you move it to the Power BI itself. Okay, so here let's talk about why Power BI. Right, so Power BI, when we talk about the Google Trend, right? So let me show my screen on Google Trend so that you will see the trend, compare Power BI to other softwares, other visualization softwares. Okay, so let me search for Google Trend. coming. Google Trend. So let me share my screen here. Okay, so yeah, let me search for Google Trend. So Google Trend. Yeah, okay. So let me Google Trend. Okay, so Google Trend, I'll search for Power BI. We just wanted to see how Power BI is trending, right, in our location. Okay, so Power BI. So I'm here in Google Trend. I'm coming to compare Power BI to different visualization tool and see how it's trending in our location. Okay, so it's ready. This thing is keeping. Okay, so let me proceed so that the time. Okay, it's already there. So here I'm comparing Power BI. Yeah, that's Microsoft Power BI to, let's say, compare Microsoft Power BI to, let's say, Tableau. Okay. So Tableau software. So you can see that these two are our visualization tool, right? And these are the trend, the average trend. So here, this is the trend. So the red one is the Tableau software, and the blue one is what? The blue color here stands for Tableau, and then the red one here stands for the blue one stands for Power BI, and the red one stands for Tableau, right? So here in our location is what? In Ghana. So in Ghana, you can see that people are using, or people are searching for Power BI more than Tableau. So in our location, Power BI is trending. So the average is what? See, 10 and what? 10 and 4. The average is here 10 and 4. So that's a past day. I think. Okay, so let me change it to months and see, let's say, in the 6 months time, what people are searching for. So let's say a month. So past 30 days, right? In 30 days. Let's see the trending in 30 days. Okay. Right. So in 30 days, that's in a month, people are searching for Tableau, sorry, Power BI more than. So the average is 24.40. Right. Yeah, 2414. So you can see that Power BI in our location, Power BI is what is more used compared to Tableau. Yes. But in some location too, you see that Power BI Tableau is more used compared to Power BI. Okay, so it depends on the location. Okay. Okay, so someone is asking question. Okay. Oh, okay. So someone talking about the component, right? I said for 3 components. I made a mistake. So three component, which is the desktop, Power BI desktop, Power BI service, and Power BI mobile app, right? Yes. Okay. Okay. So let's move on to the next step, which is the maximum number of features. Power BI compare. I've used Tableau before, and then Power BI, and I can tell you that Power BI has more features compared to.
Elmo,
Yes.
someone has a question.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, Amos,
Yes.
please can I proceed?
Please, I can't hear you.
Can I proceed
Yeah. Proceed.
to ask the question?
Yeah. Question. Yeah. Ask.
Okay. Yeah. Mine is on the trends, the Google Trends that you showed to us.
Yeah.
So does it mean that it will be more prudent or advisable, for instance, when you are traveling outside the country, for you to search the kind of the country that you are visiting, visitation tool that they use, so that you master it before you move, or you can just stick to the Power BI, let's say the one that you are more conversant with, and learn a little about the one the other country is also using.
Okay. It's a very nice question. Yeah, sure. And yeah, so here, as we said, when we are traveling, right, the best thing is, as we said, you can search about the country you are going, right, through Google Trend, or maybe in any other form of research you wanted to do. Then see the country, the software, as we said, the software they mostly use, right? Yes. So that one will help you to meet their job market there, right? And here I think I was teaching one lady Tableau at she live in Texas, US, and she said that Tableau is widely used there. Tableau is widely used. All the job requirements and everything, they are asking for Tableau developer compared to Power BI, right? So search a location. You have to, for you to meet their job market, you have to, learn the software, they use there, right? And one thing is that it's all about you starting from somewhere. If you know how to use Power BI and you are moving to Tableau, the concept, everything is the same. The only thing is on the interface. The interface become different to you. Yes, the interface become different to you. So here, the concept, everything is the same. So here you can even master this one will help you to master the new software very well, because you are not going to learn any theory, anything again. The only thing you are learning is the interface of the software. That's all. I good. So it's good for you to search.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for you to search before you move in, so that you meet the job market there. I good.
Okay.
And then
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, so some organization too, they don't care if you use Power BI or Tableau, right? What they need is they are giving you the task. Do whatever software you use, just complete the task, right? But mostly you have to search. I mean, it's good. You have to search and you know the kind of software they use before you move it. Okay. Yes.
So since the similarities are quite, hello,
Yeah, I can hear you.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So since the differences are not wide,
Yeah.
then why don't we continue with Tableau when we are done at a lower price?
Okay.
Because they are not wide. So Charlie.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me say okay. And who else can that? Okay, fine. I'll look into that. I mean, yeah, sure.
Again, because I didn't really get his question or his submission.
So what I was saying is that the difference between the Power BI and the Tableau are not wide. So since they are much closer, when we are done with the Power BI tutorial, why don't we continue with Tableau at maybe a reduced price since the workload wouldn't be much?
Okay. That's great. I second that.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, yeah, sure. And one thing about the Tableau too is that one thing about the Tableau too is that Tableau have free that's a free version of Tableau, but the Tableau desktop you have to pay, right? So that one will even reduce the price. Okay, I'll consider that then. Okay. So let's talk about the cost of the Power BI. I mean, and Power BI, the Power BI cost is not much. It's not all that expensive compared to Tableau or any other. So far, I can compare two things. That's the most widely used visualization tool, which is the Power BI and then the Tableau. Right? Yes, that's why I'm comparing these two. So here the desktop is free. In Power BI, the Power BI desktop is free. And you can even limit yourself to Power BI, right? If you know that you won't use any heavy data, you won't analyze any heavy data, you can limit yourself to Power BI and you can use it without paying anything, right? But for you to get more, if you are using Tableau, the Tableau is even the data source. If you are using the free version, I think 2 data source. You can get data from only 2 source. But when you are using the Power BI desktop, you can get 100 data source. Right? That's one advantage Power BI has over the Tableau. Right? And then Tableau is quite expensive compared to the Power BI. And then when we're talking about this, the fourth point, which is the data source, Power BI has 99 data source, right? And then Tableau has 70 plus data source, right? So here Power BI is more, I mean, in terms of the data source, Power BI is ahead of the Tableau, yes. And then the connectivity, yes. Power BI can connect to 1,000 data source, right? But other softwares can't. If you have, let's say, data is coming from Excel, data is coming from this side, CSV, you have data in the web, you have data here. Power BI can connect it, right, at once. 1,000 data source, but other softwares can't. That's one thing about the Power BI. Okay. So here's the link to the software. Okay. So basic chart we will talk about. So today we will talk about the column chart, the star column chart, and then these are the basic chart, the ribbon, the funnel, and then we talk about these two things here: keep only and exclude, and view data and exports, right? Yes. Any questions so far, so that I can proceed? Okay, so let's talk about the limitation, right? The limitation. So here, if you are using the Power BI desktop, the Power BI desktop is limited. So you see the first one, data size limited. Data stored in shared capacity in Power BI service have to 1 gig data size, right? For a ledger data and use Power BI Premium. So here, if you have a big data, you are working with the big data, you have to use the Power BI Premium, right? If your data you are analyzing very big, you use the Power BI Premium. If it is, you have a normal kilobyte data, then that one you can use the desktop. And then the distinct value in the column, right? So when Power BI data set catches data in a mode, it can store up to what? So these are the distinct values Power BI can, I think it's 1 million, right? The distinct values, it can be stored in a column. So when you have one column, the distinct values there shouldn't be more than this, right? The values. Okay. And then the rule limitation, these are the rule limitations. So Power BI impose a limit on the query results that is sent to your underlying data source. If the query sent to the data source returns more than 1 million rows, you will see an error, right? So here that means that if the row shouldn't be more than 1 million, right? If the rows are more than 1 million, you will see errors in it. Okay. And I don't think ours we have a data which will be more than 1 million rows. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. All the data will be less than 1 million rows. Yeah. Okay. So if you have data which is more than 1 million rows, that means what? You have to move to the Power BI Premium. And that one is a service, online service. You subscribe to it. And then I think they charge you per your data. Yeah, I think so. They charge you per your data. So if your data is too big, then that means you are going to pay a lot of money. And then the columns, right? So the columns take up to what? 60,000, right? This limit applies to the Power BI service and to the data set Power BI desktop, right? So the column shouldn't be more than 16,000. I think Excel the column is 16,000 plus, yes, but the Power BI shouldn't be more than 16,000. And so far, I haven't seen the data which is more than 16,000 columns. Okay, maybe in the future I will see one. Okay. So here, data source per user, right? User limit. So the maximum number of data source allowed per user is what? Per user, each user, your data source limit is what? 1,000. Yeah, we talk about this one earlier, which is what? 1,000 data source, right? Good. Also, you said that this limit applies to the Power BI service only, right? Okay. Okay. Any question, any comments? Then we will see. Okay. So here, as I said earlier, we talk about the basic charts. Then here we move to tables and metrics, right? Tables and metrics. Then we also talk about the line chart, the drill in, and all those things. So here you try the basic for today, all right? Then I will give you assignment, right? Yeah, a task. I won't say assignment, but a task for you to practice, right? I'll send it to you for you to practice, so that next week will be, will be a little bit good with the interface. Then we proceed. Okay, so let me show you my Power BI screen. So get the data ready, and then let's practice with me, right? Okay. So open your Power BI. Okay. Have you opened your Power BI? Okay. See, my Power BI is delaying me. I don't know why. Okay. So let's wait for some minutes and then.
Hello, Emma.
Yes.
Yeah, so whilst we wait for your Power BI to open, what's the difference between the data analytics that we are doing and the data science they want to do? Is it of additional tools, or
Oh, please, I didn't get your question.
they said when we are done with the data analytics, they said at Open Lab that when we are done with the data analytics and want to continue, they can organize a data science class for us, of which if you have already done the data analytics, it will be some additional 6 months to be added.
Okay. So here, unfortunate. The they have cancelled the data science section. They have cancelled the data science section. So Open Labs is only running data analytics. And then the reason is that people are not interested in the data science. Yeah. They will write their name, they are interested, but when the times goes on, then they will be dropping out. And yeah, so the management and then the number of people who also apply for the data science are very few. But the difference is between the data analytics and the data science that the data science consists of more you'll be learning. Oh, hello. Oh, he went offline.
Yeah, I'm here. Mine went.
Okay. So the difference is that when we are doing the data science, we'll talk more about, we'll go deep. I mean, we talk more about machine learning and those stuff, right? Yes. The curriculum of the data science is, I mean, more advanced compared to the data analytics. Okay. Okay. Someone is asking question here. Let me answer the person. Oh, okay. Okay. So now I think it's just open. Let's proceed. Let me share my screen. Hello. Hello. Can you all hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
What's happening? Okay. So can you see my screen? Can you all see my screen?
Yes, I can
My
see.
screen. Yeah, hello. 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 Oh, what's happening? Hello. Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened?
You went off. You went off.
Your network
Oh,
went off.
this network I went off. Hey, sorry, this table net. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so okay, good. Okay, so sorry for that. So this Power BI. When open Power BI for the first time, you will see a green dialog box. Right. That's Power BI. So here the Power BI they keep on updating it every month. Power BI update, Power BI desktop. They keep on adding new features to it, right? So this is the new interface for the Power BI. I hope we are all having the same interface. Hello. Okay, good. Okay, we are having the same interface. Okay. So I think Bruce, your interface, have you updated your Power BI? Hello, Bruce. Okay, so it's not. Okay, so when you open the Power BI for the first time, you see a dialog box there. So you close the dialog box, right? And then let's talk about the interface here. Now, we have three main icons here at your left, right? We have the report view, the data view, and then the model view. So the report view is where you build your reports. So you build our report here on the report view, and then the data view is where you see our raw data, the data we are working with, right? You see it on the data view, and then the model view. This section, the model view is where you build our models, right? Find a relationship between our tables, right? So you can see that there is some a frame here, making a sign that here we will build our models here, right? Okay. Now let's move to the get data section. Let's jump to everything. So here, this the previous version. This visuals was here, right? The previous version, the visuals here was this side. It was this side. Yeah. Okay, so this get data section is where we can bring in our data from what? From different source, right? So it's like the data side in Excel. So the Excel 2 has this kind of features in it, right? So here we have Excel, Power BI data sets, we have the data flow, and then all these data source. Now let's go to more. Let's click on more. So if you click on the more, you get a dialog box, right? Oh, okay. Someone is saying it has the old version. Mine is the old version. Okay. So here, if you have the old version, and then there's no problem with that, right? There's no problem with that. But let me show you how we can update it. If you want to update it to the new version, how we can update it to the new version. So here, you go to the file, then you go to option and settings. You click on option and settings, then you go to options. You click on options, then dialog box will open. You will see a dialog box when you click on the options. Good. So you see options and global, which is the global appears on the left, your left. So your global, then you go to preview features. So the preview features, you have to select or tick all the sections over there, then click on OK. You go to preview features, then you tick all the features there, then you click on OK. Then you close the Power BI and you open it again. You get the new version. Are you good? Okay. So let's go to get data and click more. Okay, good. So when you click on the more, on top of it you see get data. Then on your right you see all the source of data, right? You see the data source where you can get your data. So here on your left side you see files. That means you can get data from files. So the file consists of Excel, text / CSV, XML, JSON, folder, PDF, and so on, right? Then they have categorized it, right? They are categorized it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? They are categorized the data source into 7. And then you can, if you click on database, you can get your data from SQL Server database, Access database, and so on. So all the data here are are the source where you can get your data, and all this data is from database, right? Now they have added Microsoft Fabric to it, so you can also get data from Microsoft Fabric. Yes. And then they also have a Power Platform. They have Azure. So here Azure, you can get your data from Azure. They're online, right? You can also get data from the online service. And then others, right? Others here are the source. They can't group it, so they have grouped all the others together here, right? So here the data we are coming to work with is what? Is an Excel format, right? So here we go to File, then choose Excel workbook. You choose the Excel workbook. Are you okay? Someone facing challenge? Okay. Okay, so here, as I said, we click on the file, then you select the Excel workbook, right? Make sure you select the Excel workbook. Then you click on connect. So here it will open your dialog box. Then you select the sample superstore data, right? You select it, then click on open. Hello. Hello. Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. The key said file. Is it file or home? Is that we click on file? It's a
Yeah, Excel webbook. Then click on connect. The connect is at your your left, your right down. Your right down. Yes.
Amos, if I got somewhere right, he was asking if you should click on the home because it is on the home that you have the get data.
Yeah. Sure.
And when you click on the home, it leads you to different
Yes.
place.
Okay. So let me. Okay. Hello. So this is the home, right? This is the home page. So here, make sure that we have selected the report.
Yes.
The report view by default. When you open the Power BI, it's open the report view, right? And this is home, the home tab. We have insert tab. We have the model tab. We have the view tab. We have the optimize tab and help, right? So here, you click on the home tab, and then you click on get data. Right, you click on get data, then it will open. I don't know why the get data is not showing on my screen, but if you click on the get data, it will open a dialog box. Get data, then we select the file. We have file, database, Microsoft Fabric, Power Platform, Azure Online Service, and all this. So you select the second one, which is on the file. Yes.
Amos, please, when I click on the home and the get file, is it that the common data source? I have Excel, Power BI data set, data flows, Dataverse, let's say SQL Server, and so on. So am I supposed to select the Excel workbook?
Yes, you select the Excel workbook because the data source is what the data we are working with is what is in the Excel is in the Excel format.
Excel.
I good. Yes, that's why we select it. So let's say the data we are working with is in the form of CSV. You select the CSV. I good. If it is in the PDF, you select the PDF. So here, before you can even import your data, you have to check the data source first. Right? Yes. Yeah, sure.
Okay. And my next one is I've seen a blank query here. So and we also have when you want to merge tables in Excel, you see that you use the Power Query and you go to the blank query for you to add the data tables in different sheets in a workbook.
Yeah.
Right. But I want to know if this side, the blank query that we see here, when you have Excel in the Power Query, you are supposed to choose or what is the function of the
Blank query. At which side? If you can.
Yes. Yeah, when you go to the home, get data, then the dialog box opens, then we have the common data source. So under the common data source, we have Excel workbook, Power BI data set, data flows, Dataverse, and when beneath the O data feed, that's let me say on mine it is the last but one.
Okay.
That we have the blank query.
So here, the launch Power Query. Power BI has the Power Query in it, right? Power BI have Power Query in it, as
Okay.
is in the Excel to have Power Query, right? So here, when you go to the launch, because I think my interface is different from yours, right? So I'm not really getting what you are saying, but when you are when
Okay. You click on your get data source for me to see, because I've updated
I
it
just
how
said,
you gave me the process to go through. Yes.
So this get data set, then
Yes. You see the last but one. You
okay,
have the
blank
blank
query,
query over
okay.
there. Yes.
So here the blank query is also a data source. So all the things here are data source. Are you good?
Yes. The reason for me asking this question is, you see that in Excel, when we have the workbook and we have tables in them, and you want to merge them to like consolidate
Okay.
the tables, you see, I use the
To do
blank
that,
query
yeah,
to
sure.
do that. And I am asking if for that one, when you are getting the data, you are, even though it is in Excel, so are you supposed to click on the blank query, or I don't know if the blank query in the Power BI button here have different purpose?
Okay. So here it has the same thing, the same feature, right? So here you talk about the how we can merge, I mean, different tables together, right? You talk about that, so you will see the how the
Okay.
blank query in Power BI works. Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay. I get it. Thank you.
Yes.
Amos, I don't have the data we are working with, so I don't know if
Okay, so it's okay. Let me send it to you. It's in the group. I'm coming.
you haven't
Okay.
added me.
Sorry for that. So I'm coming. Let me send it to you right now. Okay, I'll send it to you. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's as I said, let's import the data here. So you go to file, then we choose our Excel, or you can even click on the Excel here, right here. Right, you can click on Excel because it is, I think it's the most wisely used. That's why they have added it here, right? Okay, and then if you go to the common data is the first one, right? So you can choose it, you can select it this side or this side, or if you go to more, and then if the dialog box open is the first one, right? Then click on connect. Okay, then you select your sample data, sorry, it's Superstore. Okay. So mine is loading. Okay, good. Okay, so here you see the navigator, right? The navigator will hello, are you on the same point? Hello. Okay,
Yeah, I
good.
can hear you.
So the navigator will open all the sheets in the Excel book, right? Yes. Then here we are interested in the orders, which is the first one, the orders. So here you take the odds. You take the first box, which is orders. You take it. Then when you click on the transform, it will take you to Power Query. And if you click on load, it will take you into what? Into Power BI desktop, right? Good. So here you talk about the Power Query later, right? So here in this point we assume that the data is perfect, everything is perfect here. So we will click on the load. We click on the load, and then it will load into our Power BI. So I've loaded mine into my Power BI. So let me wait for some time. It's loading, so it will. Okay. Okay, so the data is loading. Okay, so the data is loading, and yes.
Amos, I think your screen. Have you finished?
Yeah, it's still uploading.
Important, or it is still loading?
It's still uploading.
Oh, okay. So as I could see the data side on
Yes.
the far right.
Yes.
Blinking over there.
Yeah, it's still loading. Have you loaded yours? Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. That's right. Mine is still loading.
And also my
Okay.
question is,
And also my question is, you see that when you open the
Power BI.
Okay.
Power BI, you see that on top of it, that's the ribbon. We have the Excel workbook.
And when you check
And when you check the box beneath the ribbon, that we have Excel workbook, and we have import data from Excel. We have import data from SQL Server and the others. So can you just go ahead and click on that one straight? That is where we have the add data to your report.
I'm coming. Let me check. Okay, yes, you can click on the Excel workbook there, right? Yes. So here, if you click on the Excel,
Okay.
if you click on the Excel workbook, it will open it. I think I explained this. It will open it straight without you going to the get data and that process. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, my house. Yes.
Hello, Amos.
Yes, I've also realized that.
A data you
Yes.
recently worked on, like just like what you sent to us. If you recently save it on your desktop, the easiest way you can upload it here is under the home. You can see recent sources. Once you go there, you see your data there.
Exactly.
I don't know if you recent sources. Once you go there, the data
Okay.
is there.
Yeah, recent source here. Yeah.
So where is
So please, where
It's
is
here.
the recent
The one
source
I'm showing
from?
it here.
Is it on the ribbon?
I say
I see where Amos is.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, so I have my data. My data have been imported, right? That's what you all we are waiting for. It has been imported here. Now, oh, why is it? Okay. Okay, so I have my orders table here, right? I have my orders table here, and then here I can expand the data. So we click on this one. These are the columns in the or the various field. Let me use the term, the various field in the column. So we have we have the category, we have the city, we have, and so on. Okay, so we can view this data from the data view, this section, the data view on our right, sorry, the left side. When you click on the data view, the data view section will open so that you will see the data, right? Good. So this is the data view section, the data we just imported. Okay. Oh, I don't know why today my machine is running very, very slow. Today my machine is very slow, very, very slow.
Amos, please, are you recording?
Yeah, I'm
Stop
recording it. I'm recording my screen, the whole screen. So
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So this is the data view, right? Okay. Okay, so now the data is showing now, right? So this is my data view. Okay. Then if I click on the model view section, okay, so this is the model view section, right? Okay, so imagine I have two different data here, two different tables here, right? The other table will also show here, right? Okay. Now let's go back to the report view. Let's go back to the report view. Good. So here inside on the report view, we have our data on this side, right? Our data here. Then we can choose the visuals from this side, right? So here Power BI has grouped all the visuals. Power BI has grouped all the visuals. Power BI have grouped all the visuals. So when you talk about, and then they are also added some features to it, right? Previously all this thing is not here. The map section, the ArcGIS map wasn't there, and then this one too, the Azure map too wasn't there, and then the shape map too wasn't there. It was these two maps, right? The field map and then the map. So they have really updated the whole thing. Okay. Now, as I keep on saying, anytime we have to check the data type. So if you see the column without the sigma, you see this column is sigma. That means that this column is what? This column, it contains a numeric values or numeric data, right? Yes. This column contains numeric. So all you see the discounts contains numeric all the columns, all the field with the sigma. This sigma means that field contains what numeric values. Okay. And then the one that doesn't contain it has what is a categorical data, right? The field is a categorical. So we can talk about region. It's a categorical. Now let's use our first chart, right? We didn't even talk. Let's talk about the actual the data we have. So let's go back to the data view to see the data we have. Good. Now we have a column. So the A field contains what? Contain numbers, and then the other ID field contains what? Also contains alphanumeric, and then the date, right? The date column here contains what? Also contains numbers, right? But here is date. So what we have to do is that we have to change this column to what? Into the actual date, right? So here we go to the data type here, this section, data type, then we click on the drop down, then we select date, right? Select the date, select date, and then it will convert the numbers into what? Into date. So we do the same thing for the ship date. We do the same thing for the ship date. Okay. You do the same thing for the ship date. You click on the ship date, then go to the data type, then you select date. Then it converts it to what? Into date. Are you okay? Good. So the same thing applies to the ship date, as I said. You click on the ship date. You first select the ship date, right? Then you move to the data type. You select all the column. You move to the data type, then you convert it to date. You click on the drop down, then you select date. So you see that as soon as you change it to date, the sigma change to calendar, right? The sigma change to calendar. That means, so that tells you that that field is what? It's a date. It's a date field. Okay. All these things we are doing, we can also do it in the Power Query, right? In the Power Query, but we talk about the Power Query separately. Okay. Then let's move on. Let's move on to the sorry. Let's move on to the region. Right. Let's move on to the country and region. We know that United States is a country, right? And United States is a country. So let's check the distinct values in that field. That's the country / column. So you click on the drop down here, then here you can see that it's only one word. It contains only one field, right? Good. It contains only one field. Okay. It contains only one field. Now let's move to the city field too. Hello. Obey, I think you have to mute yourself. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Your camera too is on, so Now let's work with the city column. Okay. Now Power BI have something called data category, right? We know that the data type of the city is what is text. But let's move to the data category here. Say we have not categorized, it's on categorized. So we are now coming to categorize the city. So here this is the various category of the categorical data. We have address, we have place, we have city, we have country, we have state and postal code, country, continent, latitude and longitude, and then web URL and the image URL. Right. So these are the various data category. Now we will be plotting a map in it, right? Using the city category, using this field, that the city field. So here we have to tell Power BI that this column is a city, right? So here we go to the data category, we click on the drop down, then we select city, so that it will turn the city into there. Okay. Are you on the same point? Hello? Okay.
Yes, we are here.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yes,
So
we
here,
are
as soon
here.
as we change it, we can see a globe sign on the city before the city field. So that tells you that now what? Now Power BI have located the city, right? Good. We continue to do the same thing to the state, right? So here the same thing, we select the state, and then we also go to the data category. Then we select what? We select state, right? State, select state. Then that one to it convert it into what? Into state. Okay. So anytime a data is given to you, we have to make sure that all these tasks have been what? We have done all these tasks, so that during your visualization you won't struggle, right? Yes. So if you are plotting a map, so now Power BI have located it as what? As a state. Then the region side. The region we have what? We have, let's check the different region we have. So click on the drop down, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 regions, right? Good. We have 4 regions. So that means let's also convert that region into it. So here the region, it will be what? Let's talk about the region. I think the region we will select place, right? So let's select place for the region, because we can't select city or a state for the region. So let's select place for the region. Okay. Okay. So these are the few changes I want us to do. So we are done with the changes. Okay, now we are done with the changes. So sometimes as soon as we imported the data, Power BI sometimes will automatically detect all these things for you, but sometimes too it fails. Like what it did that right now. So here you have to go in and then change it, right? Okay. So here, if you look at down here, it gives you the total rows, right? The total, the rows, and then the column name, which is what the region, and it has also detected the distinct values, which is what 4 distinct values, right? Okay. So now let's go back to the report view. So now we can build out our dashboard, or so here we are taking the visuals one after the other, right? So each section you take one thing, then you talk about it, then you move to the next thing, the next visual. Okay, so here we have our first section. We have the bar and column. So here, I mean we are all familiar with the bar, right? The bar column. So let's move to the second one, which is in the bar section, the bar and column section. Let's click on the stack column chart, right? Stack column chart, and let's plot our first visual. Okay, so this is our first visual. Now here in the old Power BI, as soon as we select the section, the visual, at one window will open here, a specific window will open here. But here this time around it doesn't work in that way. So now we have selected this the visual we are using. Good. So here now we are coming to what? We are coming to plot our first visual, which is we are using the bar. So sorry. Okay. So as soon as you select the bar, you go to your right corner here. You see build a visual, right? So build a visual. We have the x-axis, the y-axis, the legend, the small multiples, and the two tips.
Hello.
Yes.
Please,
The
Okay.
visuals that you have selected. You know, we have the stack bar chart and we have the stack column chart. When I check the screen, you have selected the stack column chart, but instead of the bar.
Okay, this is the stack column chart. Yes. This is what I choose.
You kept on mentioning bar. That's why.
Oh, okay. That's fine. So let's look here. Let me show you one thing here. We have the bar, right? All this here, the charts here are bar, right? So this is a bar chart, right? This is a bar chart, but in the label of Power BI, they make it what? They make it a column chart, right? Okay, so let me say bar charts. Okay, so start column charts, but the visual itself is a bar chart. Are you good? Yes. Okay, so in the x-axis, let's click on the add data on the x-axis, right? And we know that always the x-axis are categorical values. We normally plot categorical when we are using a bar chart. This chart is a bar chart, right? Yeah, so here you plot. When you are plotting such a bar, you use a categorical value for the x-axis. Okay, so here let's select let's select category, right? Category for the x-axis. Then here we move to the
Amos.
yes.
Please, Amos.
So why?
So why did we choose the axis? Because I cannot see. Because now I'm using my phone whilst practicing on the laptop. Because when I combine the two, it gives me problems. So I've opened my phone and using my laptop for
Okay.
the practice that we are
Okay.
doing. I see where you chose the x-axis and the, let's say, the y-axis or something. Yeah.
Okay. So here, let me remove it. Let me remove it again. Okay. So here, you choose the bar. That is go to the star column chart here. You click on the star column chart. Okay. Then the bar chart will come. Then on your left, so on your right, this on your right, you see build a visual. Right, you see on your left top, you see build a visual. You click on the build a visual. Whilst we have selected the chart, whilst you selected this chart, then you click on build a visual.
I think when I updated it, I still have the when I click on the bar, I have on the right, you have build a visual, and we have the bars over there. Under it, you have the off, and they suggest a type. Then we come to x-axis, y-axis, legend, small multiple.
Okay.
2 tips on the right of the box that is chosen.
Okay. So that you don't have this interface, right?
Yes.
Okay. But you said you have updated.
Yes, I've updated it.
Okay, good. So
yes, I've updated
close the Power BI and open it again. We'll get the features.
Please. When I close and open, am I not going to start the whole process again?
Yeah. You start the whole process again. You import the data and everything here. So
after that,
when I updated everything, I closed the Power BI and also switched it on afterwards.
So
now I have the insert on the ribbon. I have it on top, and when you click on it that's the clicking on the drop down, I see the same thing as you were displaying on your laptop on the screen. By the selection of the bars that I have the old version.
Yes. So that's okay. That's what I'm saying that close the Power BI desktop and you open it again, you will see all the features here because you have updated it, right? Yeah, so close it and open it again. And let's see.
Okay.
Are you good? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so here on the x-axis, as I was saying, you click on the add data, right? Add data, then you choose category. So here we wanted to know each category of the product and the price. Then on the y-axis too, you click on the add data, then you choose profits, right? So each category and the profits.
Please, on the x-axis, what am I supposed to choose? I want to practice it before.
So on the x-axis,
process.
On the x-axis, you choose category. The category, and then the y-axis, you choose profit. Okay. So here, this is the bar charts. right? These are our bar chart. So how many categories do we have? We have three different categories, which is the technology, the office supplies, and the furnitures. These are the three categories we have here, right? And then these are so by default it will give you the x-axis name and then the y-axis name by default. You can change it, and then you also give you the title of the chart by default, right? Yes. Now let's work with this chart here. Let's learn, and then what you are coming to do, you can apply it to all any chart, all the charts, right? Yeah, hello. Yeah, Samuel.
Yes.
Yeah, are you asking a
Yes.
question?
No.
Okay, okay.
No.
And then, as I said, you can apply it to you apply it to all the charts, any of the chart. Now, so you select. You wanted to we wanted to change the x-axis. We wanted to make it bold, the names, and then the label, all the labels, and then you center the sum, the title of the bar, right? So here you select the bar, then you click on this sign, the sign here, right? You click on that sign. As soon as you click on that sign, a dialog box will open. Then you click on more option. You click on more option, then you see a format window. This window will open, right? So this format window is where we are coming to do all the formatting, right? All the formatting, we are coming to do it here. Okay, let me do it again once more. What option? Good. So you are coming to do all the formatting here. Okay. So here we wanted to change the title, right? The title of the chart. So as soon as we can click on this on to make the title disappear, right? Or let me click on it back for us to show, right? Good. Then here, click on the drop down. Alright, so this drop down here is where you make all the changes you wanted to make to the title. Alright, so here we can delete the sum of, right? We can delete the sum of. Okay, so as soon as we delete the sum of, you see that it has changed here. Then we center the title. We click on this centered, and then we center the title, right? And then the font tool is small. We can increase the font, right, by pressing on the font side. So let's change the font to, let's say, 20 or 22, right? Let's make the font 22. Then here we can also change already is on there. You can change the font style to Georgia. You can change it here. Then also just change Georgia, or can like underline it. Click on the underline to underline it, or bold to make it bold, right? Can also click on the italic to make it italic, right? Then the text color too, you can change the text color. By default it's on black, is black. So here you can change it to, let's say, blue, right? Then change the color to blue. Okay. We see here by default the background color is white. You can change that one to the background color of the chart, sorry, of the title. You can change it to different color. Then we change the background color of the title. Are you good? Okay. So let's move to the x-axis tool. The x-axis tool, we can make it disappear or we can make it appear, right? Good. So let's increase the font size. That one too, let's increase it to 12. So we are increasing the font size to 12, and then the color to here, you can check the color, you can make it bold, and then the title, that's the category, you can make it disappear. That's the title for the x-axis, you can make it disappear. Or so that one too, you can increase the font size to, let's say, 15. Right, and also make it bold. Right, okay. So there is a whole lot we can do here. So let's move to the y-axis too. Yes.
Hello, Amos. I'm not seeing the brush that will enable you to have the options to format. I only see those three things, if funnel or something, and those three buttons. I don't see the brush by the...
Okay. So here, you first select it. You select the cell. Sorry, the chart. Right. So click on the chart.
Okay. Okay.
So as soon as you click on the chart, you see it here, right here. Have you seen it?
It's still not appearing.
Okay.
No, it's still not coming.
So here you select it again, then you go to here, you see a format section here. Yeah,
Okay.
format
Let me go and check.
at your right top. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I hope you can remember what we just did.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah, my display is a little different from yours.
Who else is having different interface? Okay, that means we are all having the same interface. Okay. So as I was saying, let's move to the y-axis. So the y-axis too, we can do the same thing here. Then here the title, you can click on the title now here. Then we increase the title. Then that one too, you can make it bold. You can make the title bold, right? Then also can change the color here. Then let's move to the values of the y-axis, right? The values of the y-axis too, we can increase the size. The values of the y-axis, and then you can also make it bold or italic or underline, right? But I don't think underline is necessary, right? So you can also change the color. And then the style too, you can change the style, right? So here the style, you can say show unit only. You can make it show the unit only. Show, right? Okay. So see I showed unit only. Okay. So that's basically what we can use to do with the axis, the y-axis. Okay. Now let's move on to the label part, right? So if the label part by default is always on. Sorry, it's off. If I click it, if I on it, you see that I have we have labels here on top of the chart. If I on it, you see on top of the chart the labels at the top of the chart. Then let's click on the drop down here. Then we move to the value side, and now we can increase the size of the label. That one we can make it bold. We can make it bold, and then
Amos,
yes.
Amos, please, I would want you to repeat the process for the values. Is it that even my 145K and those things, I think I was behind you, so I still have the default one in the bar. That's the diagram that we have chosen. So I want to know the process. If we use the same process that we used for the header.
So are you talking about this one, the labels? Okay. So,
yes.
So this is the labels. We are even on the labels, right? So this is the label. Hello.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, this is the label.
Okay,
So
I'm
here
listening.
I can off the label and also on the label, right? Now, so if you on the label,
Okay.
you click on the drop down, then you scroll down here, and then the values. That means you are coming to work with the values, right? So you click on the drop down of the values, then you see font. So that means, so let's increase. So here we increase the font size to 12. Then we make it bold here. Yes, so that's what we did to the font size.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, so here we also have the background. So we can add something to the background of the labels, right? We can make it transparent. So the transparency, you can adjust it, right? Yes, or something like this. So here we adjust it to how you want it, and then the color too, you can make it choose any color for the background, right? Okay. So let's move to the plot area background. Okay, let's talk about that one later in our next section. Okay, so that's all about the labels. That's all about the labels, and then let's move to properties, right? So yeah, from the visuals we click on properties, then we move to the properties. So the properties too, we have the header icon. We have the header icon. We have the header icon. So let's click on the down here. Oh man. Okay, and then you click on the two tips. Let's move to the background. So here by default the background is white. We can change the background.
Please, are we on the icon?
Please, are we on the icons or what?
Hello.
Yes, on the header icon.
Yes, on the header icons.
Or the color?
Are we on the icons or the color?
Yeah, we are on the. We have moved from the header icons. Right.
Okay, so where are we now?
Okay, so
now we
are
have
now?
The two tips.
Okay.
Yeah, the two tips.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the changes we can also make here You can hear the text, you can change the text colors and then all those things here. Right? You can change it. Let me choose this color, then the transparency. You can adjust the transparency and all those things. Right? Okay. So there's a lot of things you have in there. One visuals, right? Okay. So let's go back to the visual part, and then let's talk about one thing. Talk about shadows, size and styles. Go back to the visuals and then the size and styles. So here we have shadows. You can add shadow to it, and then the borders too. You can own the borders, and then you put rounded corners. So here the rounded corners of the border, and the corners of the border will become round, right, like this. Okay. Okay. So these are the features we can add to one visual, right? There's a lot of in it, so times goes on, we'll discover all those effects. Okay. Now let's talk about one more thing here. You see this chart, if you wanted to move it, position it very well. You see 3 dots here, you click on it, then you drag, right? You click on the 3 dots here, then you'll be dragging it. So here you can position it anywhere you want, right? Okay. Then if you wanted to expand it, you make it big. You click on the focus mode. This sign, the middle sign here, you click on it, and then the chart become big. So let's say we have more than 3 bars in the chart. You click on the focus mode to make it big. Then if you wanted to go back you click on the back to report, right, to make it, to take you back to the report. And then here too, that's the filter, right? We talk about the filter here later, right? We talk about the filter. We have the filter on this visual, right? Sum of profit, and then we also have filter on this page, filter on all pages. So filter on this page, if you filter it, all the effect will happen to this page only, and the filter on all pages, the filter will apply to all the pages, right? So let's say we can have more than one page, right? Okay, so here you can resize it too. So let's resize it and make it big like this. Okay, so at the down here you see page 1. That means that we can add multiple pages. If you click on the plus sign, you can add multiple pages. So right now I've added 5 pages. I've added 4 more pages, making 5, right? And then we can also rename it. You can right click on it, go to rename, or you can delete, or you can hide, or you can even duplicate the page, right? Okay, so let's move to the page 2. Let's move to page 2. Okay, are you all on the same point? Hello, Emefa, please, are you there? Are you following the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Nanado? Are you following the whole thing? Okay. Then what about Bruce?
I'm fine, Carl.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Okay. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next one. So here next we are using another chart, which is the line, right? Let's take the line chart, line and area chart. Oh, Bruce, you have to mute yourself. Bruce, okay. Okay, so let's move to the line and area chart, right? So here we'll choose the line charts, the first one. Click on the first one. So we have the line chart here. Okay. Then here we go to the visuals, the build a visual. So here we are plotting ship dates. Plotting ship dates on the x-axis, and then on the y-axis we are plotting the sales, or let's say let's use quantity. Let's plot quantity, right, on the x-axis. Sorry, on the y-axis. Good. Now we have this type of chart. We have this type of chart here. Now let's do something called the hierarchy, right? Let's do something called hierarchy here. When we go to the x-axis, we have the dates, we have the quarter, we have the month, and then the day, right? So this year we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So these labels here help us to choose the right trend, the one we wanted to do on. We wanted to check the trend. So let's say we are interested in the month. So if you are interested in the month, we will close the what? We will close the year, the quarter, and then the day to get the month, right? To get the month. Are you okay? So the same thing, if you want the year to, you close the rest and then you leave the month. Are you good? If you want the day to, you close the month, the year, the quarter, and then you left the day, right? So here we know the month here, month of what? Ship. Each month by quantity by month, right? So here when you take January, we know that January the quantity is what? 1,855. February is what? Is 1,131, and so on, right? Good. So here we apply the same concept to it, right? Apply the same concept. You click on the format, then you do the same thing we did to you can add labels to it. Then here we have the labels in it, and so on. You can also add marker. So the marker will give you the points. You see these small points. Yeah, if I off it, there is no point here. But if I on it, there's what? To give you a point. So let's click on the drop down here. And then the shape of the point tool, you can change it. You can choose this one, or you choose any of it, but I think this is the best way. And then you can also increase the point size, right? You can increase it, and then you can also add color to it. Let's choose different color. The color, let's go to more. Click on the more colors, and then this one will be, then you drag this one, you drag it to see the type of color you want. So let's move to the side. If you want any of the color, you just be dragging it to meet the type of color you want, right? And this is the color code, to give you the color code and everything, right? Okay. Then when you move to the size and then the star, here to the same thing. The title, you can center the title, or you can rename the title and everything, right? Yes. Okay. Any questions so far? Any question? Time goes on, you will be learning more of these effects, right? Yeah. Any questions so far? Okay. Okay. So this is the line chart we have. Okay, so let's go to the next page. So let's rename page 2. The page 2, let's name it line chart, right? Yes, line chart for the page 2. Then let's move to the page 3. Let's move to the page 3. The page 3 too, we have what? We have the scatter plots, we have the funnel, and then we have the what? We have the waterfalls chart, right? So let's select the funnel chart. So click on the funnel chart here. So that one to the same thing. The same thing here. The same thing here, the funnel, the category. Let's choose subcategory for the category side, and then the label to let's choose let's say sales for the values, right? Okay, so here it are giving you the chart in the form of what? In the form of funnel, right? That's why it's called the funnel chart. Yes, so in the form of funnel. Okay, so we can move to the format section. Then here, yes.
So how did you get the figures in the
it
funnel?
automatically appears. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so go to the data labels and then you on it. So here, yes, so data labels. You see that I put it off.
Okay. Right thing.
You said,
Okay,
yeah, then you
Okay,
on
data
it.
labels. Yeah, it's already on.
So from there, what again?
So
Okay, so
from
from
there,
the
what
data
again?
labels here, you can change the same star again. You can go to this, yeah, the same star we did. You can go to the visual models, then you change everything as we did to the first one, right? As we did to this one. So here the process is always the same thing. The effect, the process is always the same.
Okay, for my data label.
Okay, for my data label. I mean,
You say for your data label.
data label, when I click on it, that's very in the water. So when I click on the data label, I have option.
Under the option, I have position.
Under the option, I
Okay,
have
position. So
position.
here is the position.
they have
inside
inside
center or
center.
outside. So if you click on the outside, if you click on the outside, all the data will, all the labels will move to outside, like something like this. Right? If you click on the outside, this is what will happen.
My inside center.
Outside.
It is still on the outside.
So how many features do you have there at the position? So yeah, I have the outside and then the
Feature.
inside center.
Yes, I also have the same.
Yes, I also have the same thing. Outside
Inside
end
center.
and inside.
Okay. So here
center.
resize it.
Okay.
Yeah, so make it big small.
Okay.
I've done that.
And it's still doing the
I've
same.
done that. But
It has come to the center.
it has
So
come
yeah,
to the center.
sometimes they resize, right? Yeah, you can resize it to see the feature.
Okay. I
Okay.
get it.
Okay. I get it. Stop that. B2.
Okay. So label content, right? So here the label, you can choose any of these. The label content, if you want it in the percentage, sorry, in the first view, click it and then give you in the first view, right? But normally it's always on the data view. So yeah, cool. And then the background too, you can add something to it in the background, change the background to, let's say, black or anything, right? Okay. So the same thing applies to the title. You can on it and then also can off it and on it. Then categorical labels, you can off it and then you can also on it, right? Then click on the drop down. Let's on it and click on the drop down at the categorical labels. Then here you can increase the font size and also make it bold. And then you can also change the colors and so on, right? Okay. So let's move to the next chart, which is the 4 section. And here, let's take the map, right? Let's move from the pie chart and donut chart, and let's move to the map, right? So we have, the pie chart and the donut chart is almost the same, but the only difference that there is a center in the donut chart. So this is how the donut chart looks like. So this is a donut chart. So let's use the values. Let's use let's say profits for the values, and then the labels too. Let's say region. Let's use region for the labels, right? Good. And here it has given you a nice donut chart, right? A nice donut chart here. The features of the donut chart and then the pie chart is the same. Okay. Then here we have a title. The same thing, can on and off the title. Then here you can off the legend or on it, right? But normally I like offing the legend.
Hello.
If the thing is not too much many. Then we have the labels, right? Can off the labels too. There. So here inside the labels we can choose here. The labels give you the percentage. So the labels content, it gives you the data values and then the percentage total, right? Yeah, it give you the percentage total. So you can even change it to values. If you are interested in the only values, then it gives you in the values. Then if you are also interested in the percentage, it gives you percentage. Then if you are interested in the category and the data values, here it add the category, category, and then the data values, right? Yes. Okay. So yeah, this here too, we can increase the size of the labels, can make it bold, and then also italic, right? And so on. Okay. Then the last one, that's the chart, right? The chart here, sorry, the map. So let's click on the map, the first map. Then we drag it here. Good. Then we go to the build a visual. So here we have location, we have the legend, longitude, latitude, and then so here the location. Let's make it the location. So here the data category we did, right? We did it for map, so that Power BI will know that this is map, right? So the state, we can select the state, right? The state for the location, state for location, and then when we move to the bubbles, the bubble size. See, it has displayed the United States map, right? All the states in United States is here, so we can hover on it to see all the states. And then the bubble size too, let's choose let's say profit. So yeah, we wanted to know each states and profit. So yeah, if you hover on this one, so here the bigger the bubbles, the bigger the bubbles they are on there, the bigger the sales they make. So here, this the bubble. I think this bubbles is big. So that's the California. So this is the amount of profit the California state make, and then this also another state which is New York State. This amount of profits the New York State make, right? Yes, and all these things are working because of what? The categorical label. We change it to what? We change it to state, or the correct categorical label, right? So here you can make it big, and then you can zoom in and then you also zoom out. All right. Okay. Zoom in and also zoom out. Okay, so let's move to the format. Let's format the map. Yes.
Hello, Emo. Please, before you move on to the format, the location, when I click on the state, even though it is a map that have the globe on the state, but when I click on it, I have something map and field visuals are disabled.
Okay, don't worry. Let's enable it, right? Let's enable it. So let's pay attention here. If your map is disabled, let's do it. So go to file. You click on the file, right? Then you go to option and settings. Click on option and settings. Then you go to data settings. We click on data settings. Let's wait for the dialog box. No. it's not here. So here, let's do it. So you go to options. Instead of data settings, click on the options. Okay, so here, then you see, go to security, click on security. Click on security and then you scroll down to map and field map visual. Map and field map visual, you select it, then click on OK. Map and field map visual, you select it and click on OK. Then you delete the charts and then you repeat the process again. You delete the map and you do it again. Oh.
Before you proceed, someone, I think the name, I don't see it very well. Someone.
Legend, Unity, bubble size, and those things. So, what will be the next one?
Okay, so here. Okay, let's go back. Let me go back here. So the bubble size, the legend. Now we are not. Don't put anything at the legend because we are not comparing anything here. So move straight to the bubble size. The bubble size and then put profits at the bubble size. So here, the bigger the bubble, the more profit they made, right? Okay. And then the legend side too, we can filter it based on, let's say, the legend side, let's say region, right? Yes, to get the region. Okay, so these are the legends. So here you see that those with the red one those are the south. The red ones are the south, and then see it has changed the whole thing, right? Okay. So this one too, there's a two ways of doing this. Whether you do it in this way or you choose the field map, the field in map. So let's try that one. Let's choose the field in map, which is the second map. Yeah, the field in map. The field in map. So here, let's repeat the same process. The location is the state, right? Okay. And then we choose the legend. Let's make it the region for the legend. Good. Okay, it's loading. Region for the legend, and then the tips, the two tips. The two tips, let's choose the profit. Here it doesn't have the bubble size, so you only have the two tips. So let's use the two tips. Right. So this is another one way of plotting the same chart. Right. Yeah, so if anytime you wanted to add a legend to your map and its location, I think this one is very cool compared to this one. Right. So this one too is good, but I think this one is more preferable than the other one. Okay. Okay. Who bet you the library? Okay. I'm coming. Okay. Okay, sorry for. Okay, so as I was saying, the field map will be more preferable if you are using the legend, right? And the legend is a place. Okay. Okay. Are you good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next one, and then yeah, which is the tables and metrics, right? We know tables. But see, sometimes the data will become too long in such a way that if you represent it in the form of visuals, it won't be nice. Or maybe you like it to be in the form of table, right? So here you choose the table, you click on the table. So the table will disappear like this. And here it only comes with one column, right? So here let's select, let's say segment. No, let's select let's say customer name. Let's select customer name here. So here that means that it will give us all the customer names, right? And then let's see the total sales. So here we wanted to see the sales, the total sales of each of customer, all of the customers, right? So here this is how it will display, right? So these are the all the customers in the table, right? Good. And each customer and the sale you made. We can also add one thing to it, which is let's say we wanted to know where the customer is coming from or where the customer is living. So we can even choose the state. Can even add the state to it. Right, good. So let me move it to this side. Okay, good. So here, when you take one customer, when you take, let's say, this customer, you know that this customer is coming from this state, and this is the total sales the customer made. This customer is also coming from these sales, and then you can see that this customer, there are two. One is coming from Texas, one is coming from the Oklahoma, right? Yes. So these are the various, all the various customers. Okay. Now, you see that the 10 is too small, and you see the grand total too. The grand total. Now the text is too small, so let's increase the font size of the text. So you go to the values, then we increase the values. Right, let's increase it to, let's say, 20, so that we can see the value. Okay. And then this is the grand total. Right. Okay. Then we also have the headings. Let me on the headings. Then we can write something in headings. Let's say customers. Right, customers for the headings here. Customer sales. And you can make it centered. Then that one too, we can increase the size. Okay. And so on. So there's a lot you can do here. Right. Okay. Then let's move to the total. The total too, we can increase the font size and so on. Now the values here, so here we can even change, you can make it grand total instead of total. Let me grand total, can make it grand total. Okay. Okay, are you good? And here to, let's say you wanted to find the average, right? The sum of sales. Let's say you wanted to find the average. You can click here, then you go to the aggregation, go to aggregation side, then you choose on average. That means it will give you the average sales of each customer, right? Give you the average sales of each customer. So instead of sum, we have changed it to what? To average. So you see the title here. The title is average. Okay, so here we can sort it. You see, this is the highest customer with the highest sales. If you click here, then here you can also sort it. This customer with the lowest sales, right? Okay. So here you can change it to average, minimum, maximum, and variance and everything, right? So let's move to the sum. And then here you can see the customer with the highest sales. Then we click on it again, customer with the lowest sales. Okay. Okay. I hope you are good with the table. So let's move to metrics. Right. So here you scroll down and you select the metrics. So from table to metrics. So the metrics it works in this way. That's rows and column and the values. So the field you wanted to put it on in the rows, you select the rows. Then let's say we want state. Sorry, let's say we want state to be in the rows, and then the column side we want let's say subcategory in the column. Good. So you see it as the display in this way. These are the states, and these are the subcategory. So now it's left with the values. So the values to, let's say sales. Good. So these are the values. So when you can scroll it to the next one up to this side, right? Can scroll it in this way. So here you can also increase the font size. So we go to the values and we increase the font size more. Okay. So this is what we have here now. So when you take the arts, right? Let's say Arizona, let's take the first one, Alabama. The accessories from Alabama is what? So this is what? The 2,322.83, right? From that's the sales they make. Alabama accessories, right? The same appliances, Alabama appliances. So this is how we read the thing. We take it appliances, then Alabama, and then read it in this way. let's say the same appliances in Florida. These are appliances and this is the Florida here. So it's NCA. So that means what? 3,558.44. Right? And this is the what? The total of all the appliances. And this is also the total of what? All the products in what? In Alabama, right? And this is the grand total of the whole of this and then the whole of this one. Are you good? Hello?
Yes, we are with you.
Okay. Okay, Regina, welcome back.
So, Amos, what is the difference between the table and the matrix?
Okay. So here, let's use the arrangement to find the difference. You see the way the matrix has been arranged. So the matrix consists of rows and columns, where the tables consist of only columns. Right. The matrix consists of rows and columns, where the matrix consists of rows and columns, where the table consists of only columns. Okay. It seems it's almost 3 minutes to end the call, the meeting. So I made it 3 hours, 30 minutes. Right. So it has left 3 minutes more. So let's use the 3 minutes to wrap up the whole thing. So if you have any question, then you ask. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Please for for the visualization that we are doing, it has been fruitful. But the challenge that I have here is when you are watching the video, that is what we are doing, and also working the same time with our Power BI. We have challenge with that because my screen is not all that big.
Okay.
So sometimes searching for something it becomes a problem. That's why I switched everything to the video to the phone. But the laptop for the visualization and practice. But sometimes when I watch the video and practicing over there, by the time I get back, you have moved ahead.
Oh, okay.
So that is the challenge that I have now. I don't know if you have any advice or any submission which can also help in doing this. But I try to minimize the video to work with the laptop, but it didn't work.
So here, what we have to do is that we have to divide your screen into two, right? Yeah. You push the browser at one side and then the Power BI to at the other side.
Okay.
So that whilst we are watching, we are also practicing.
Yes.
Yes, and one day some of the features, for instance, the ribbon, the Power BI ribbon, when you compress it, or when
it
you
will move to
it,
one side, or it can be difficult for you to find it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here, what you have to do is that when you divide it into two, and then let's say the kind of the feature you wanted to find is not in, you just maximize it. After clicking on it, then we minimize it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, any other question?
Please put it on the map side for me to check
Okay.
something.
Okay. So this map,
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
okay. Okay. So let's move all the charts into one page, right? Into one page. So here now we are copying all the charts into one page. So we create we add one more page to it. Now add it, which is a page 8. So this page, I'll copy all the charts and then rearrange it nicely. So here, let me copy it, right? So let's say Control C, then I'll come here, then I'll paste it here, right? I'll paste it here, then I'll move to the second chart. I'll copy it, then I'll paste it here. So let me resize it here. Okay, this one too, let me resize it. Good. So I'll move to the next, which is the funnel chart. I'll copy it and then move to this side, paste it here. Okay. So let me put it somewhere here nicely. Okay, good. Then I'll move to the fourth one. Go to the fourth one to copy it. Then I'll paste it here. So let me do it nicely here. Okay. Okay, so I'll move to copy this one too. Copy this one, paste it here. Let me paste it here. Good. So yeah, I'll resize it. Maybe somewhere here nicely. Okay. Now we are coming to introduce one more thing, right? Which is the slicer, right? We know slicer. So slicer is used for filtering, right? So let me click on the slicer. So now the slicer is here, right? Good. So this is the slicer. So I'll go to the format, and I wanted to filter it based on let's say category. And now, okay, let me do it in let's say state, right? Let me filter it based on state. Okay, so this is the slicer, right? So when I click on the, let's say Alabama, let's wait for some time, it will change. All the thing will filter into what? Into Alabama state, right? Okay, so it has filtered. See the map. The map has been filtered in Alabama state, and this one too. All of it is what in the Alabama state, right? If I click on the Arizona, the same thing. The chart will turn into Arizona, right? Okay. So let me move it nicely here. Let me do it, and then let me move it to the side. Okay. So this is the slicer here. So these are the slicer. So here I can select multiple states. Alabama and then Arizona, right? You see this Arizona, then this is the odds. See, it has changed to, so I can also click on the California. Right. Yeah, so that's how so this is our first dashboard, right? Our first dashboard. Okay. Any question? Any question? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, Amos.
Yeah.
Hello, Amos.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The dashboard. How did you paste the individual
Chat.
words that were done?
So here,
Yeah.
Control C, Control V. Right, you press Control C to copy. You first select it, right? You select it, then Control C, then you go to where you wanted to paste it, then Control V to paste it, then you rearrange it.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, thank you.
Then another one with the recording.
Okay.
Because of the sound,
Yes.
I'm not sure we can transmit it through WhatsApp. So I don't know if you are creating a Telegram account or you put it on a pen drive. When we come on Tuesday, then you give it
Okay,
to us.
I'll edit it and then upload it on my YouTube account, so that I'll share the link with you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any question? Any contribution? Any addition? Then. Okay. Okay. Okay, Regina, you just came. Are you good? Yeah,
Hello?
hello. Yeah, are you good?
Yes, I've been
Okay, okay,
I've been distracted a bit, but I'm trying to catch up. So maybe the recording will help me
okay,
better.
okay, okay, okay,
Thank
okay.
you.
Welcome. Okay, so if there is no question, you end here, and then I'll give you. So you can use this data for practice, right? And then also I'll send another data set for you to practice, right? So maybe our next time you find a project, then we will all work together, right? So the same time next week. Okay, so have a good evening and then see you next week. If any information, I'll send to you in the group, right?